St. Simon Says, written and narrated by me, the author, Vanessa Echols. Chapter 6. The sound of her cell phone ringing woke up Sharmelle and Nancy Drew, who was stretching just a few feet away. Sharmelle realized she had fallen asleep while staring at the legal pad with that one name and a few notes on it. The caller was her mother, and she knew why she was calling. "Hi, Mom. I've been waiting for you to call me. What happened? What did she want?" "Who and what are you talking about?" "Etta Hayes. You said you were meeting her this morning. What did she want?" "My sister has a big mouth. She should not have mentioned seeing First Lady Hayes in my office." "Well, she did, so what did she want?" "Mom, you know I can't talk about my clients." "So, now she's an official client. Well, that's certainly interesting." Sharmelle was annoyed with her mother's inquisition, but also a little impressed that she picked up on the clue that now Etta Hayes was an official client for some reason. "Listen, Mom, I gotta go. We have surge tonight, and I want to make sure everything is in place for the kids to put together the backpacks. If you and Daddy want to drop by and help, you're more than welcome. Your father and I have dinner plans with the Chandlers tonight, but I hope everything goes well this evening. And tell your client, Etta Hayes, that I hope you're able to find what she's looking for," her mom said with a soft laugh before hanging up. "I hope so too," Sharmelle said after her mom hung up. She had not been completely honest with her mother because she had a few hours before she needed to be at the church. She was just trying to avoid being asked more questions from her very persistent mother. Sharmelle had a name and a city, but not much else. Mrs. Hayes said she didn't even have a picture of what he looked like 60 years ago. So Sharmelle started with a simple internet search, which turned up a few stories about a Marcus Pierce, but none that would match a man who would now be in his 80s, if he was even alive. Still alive? Sharmelle realized she hadn't even considered that possibility, that maybe Marcus Pierce had gone to his grave never knowing he had a son. But what if he did have a son, or more than one, and daughters, and grandchildren? Sharmelle concluded there were way too many questions right now in this case. So she started at worst-case scenario, that Mr. Marcus Pierce, like Pastor Henry Hayes, had already gone home to be with the Lord. So she searched obituaries online. That turned up more than she expected, but so far none that mentioned both Detroit and military service. Based on that limited internet search, Sharmelle declared Marcus Pierce was still alive and well, living somewhere in this world, most likely the United States, unless some other country won his heart during his military service. The headache was back, with all the various scenarios running through her mind, so she closed her laptop, gathered the physical files she had started on the case, and asked Nancy Drew if she was ready to call it a day and head home to get ready for surge. Sharmelle loved the drive from her home to First Ave in downtown Pearl City. She always laughed to herself when she saw the blue and white "Welcome to Pearl City" sign with the city motto, "The Pearl of the South." Every time she saw it, she thought to herself, well, how long did it take them to come up with that cheesy tagline? But in the late afternoon, the view was nothing short of magnificent as she exited the interstate, and downtown was on full display. She called it God showing off with beautiful yellows and oranges streaking across the sky, with the setting sun creating a stunning backdrop for the downtown high-rise buildings. It gave Sharmelle a sense of peace in the bustling downtown area. Well, Lord, like I always say, you know how to create a masterpiece. Van Gogh's got nothing on you. Sharmelle made her way through downtown and its traffic, pulled into the parking lot at First Ave, and her heart started racing. The first car she saw belonged to Lucian Hayes, a man who had no idea that if she did her other job well, his life would never be the same.